Alright, y'all. Something I've been wanting to talk about for a little while now, and just trying to figure out when a good time to talk about this, when Spirit is ready for me to talk about this. If you are, you know, a follower of Christ or Jesus, or not ready to expand your mind, this is probably not the video for you. Now, we're not going to discuss, or I don't think I'm going to bring up a book, the holy book. But what I did want to bring up was, okay, now for people who, I just want you to think. I just want you to think about it and really think about it. Now, if you are someone who has images of Jesus on a cross, and you pray and worship Jesus on a cross, I want you to really think about this. So, let's just use our heads and think about what this symbolizes. What do you get from, forget what the whole, hey guys, can you scratch my balls, I got a terrible itch. Okay, whatever, okay. I'm just really wanting you to think about what this symbolizes. So crosses, they used back in the day for murderers and people that they cast a judgment on and, put to death, either starvation or, death. The cross is what they used. What I see is someone being murdered, put on a cross, for everybody to see, as, kind of like an example, how people try to make an example out of someone for not doing what they say or whatever the law is, and beat them down, strap them up. I said they put nails in the hands and feet, put a crown on his head of thorns, and is bleeding everywhere. Beat him up beforehand, and so and they said, this is your God. This is your God that you worship and pray to. So, now where am I going with this? So, you're bowing down, worshiping and praising a dead guy, right? It's a dead guy. Someone who was murdered, even though they said that he really didn't do anything wrong. But kind of state the law out loud of what it said that the law was it say, he's like, oh, doesn't it say in your old scriptures that ye are gods? So that makes us gods. And, yeah, we all have God within and everything. And they're like, oh, hell no, you're not saying that shit. So let's make an example out of you. And, you know, I'm just wanting you to really think about why they want you to worship death, murder, um, you know, someone who didn't go around like hurting anyone, but they want you to worship and bow down to murdering someone. It's funny, like praise it, praise what they have done, celebrate what they have done. Because what I see when I look at this is a murdered guy on a cross. I don't know how this person is going to help you in any kind of way, save you in any kind of way, because they've been murdered on a cross. Tell me what you see here. What? I really want you to just think about it, and what you see here, and how is this God? And if you really know and understand and is close to God and know what God is, even if you didn't understand what God was or something like that, you would want to claim this as your God? Someone being murdered? I just, I just don't understand how this is going to give you power, thinking this way as this is God. How is this going to give you some kind of power? How is this going to help you rise in some kind of way? And this guy is the example for some people, of how your life should be. I don't understand, a lot of, the teachings have got twisted around, and I don't know. I just feel like it is a symbol of death, right? Because that's what it is. It's someone being murdered and dying. And I'm just wanting you to think, if you're someone who has crosses and with Jesus, nailed up to it, and what does that really symbolize and represent and leave a lasting impression on your subconscious of, someone, and them claiming it's sacrifice for your soul, well, you did something wrong, and this person right here that we murdered is, put it on them. I don't get how that works, because you're not taking accountability for your own actions and putting it on some person in the middle of the street that gets beat down and murdered. And it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna, put my bad deeds on this person. Uh, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I would rather have, let's see. They say there's so many. How do I go into this? A lot of people claim that they have other gods. Some people's gods is better than other gods and things like that. And so, I mean, they said that is for the god of the Jews or something, right? Or that, yeah. And then some, do the Yahweh God that's wrath, jealousy, and other things. And, what about, let's see. Okay. Oh, look at this picture. Oh, let's see if it comes up. Oh, it popped up. Oh, okay. Somebody has a statue of a dragon and a little fairy. I'm not saying worship any type of idols, put anyone above God within, but I look at this picture. I mean, it's just more refreshing, more beautiful, more lively, more life, giving, more love giving. I mean, I would rather have a God that's love giving than, dead, like, murdered, things like that. But I'm just, the feel of it. I mean, you'll feel the energy, of what maybe you have in your house and, like, what it's giving off, around you. Like having a picture of this, not saying you worship it or bow down to it or anything like that, but, or something like, let's see. Yeah. So, what does this give off in having that in your house? A murdered guy. Dead guy. That was murdered and hung and pretty much hung, That just reminds me of, like, African American people put a picture of black people being hung in their house, and is bowing down to that as their god. Woo! Oh man. Oh shit. Whew. That hit. And like we're praising that and worshiping that is like that's a good thing, That's a good thing to have in your house and be bowing to and saying is your God. Death is your God, like murder. And you should be happy about that. You should praise that and love that because that's the God you want. That's the energy you want around you. I don't know how this feels better than the other picture I just showed. But this is depressing and like sickness and sadness and just, I mean, I feel like it kills your soul or something. Like, I feel it killing mine right now, just looking at it. And and that's my God. Like, I don't, if there is a God, I would go for more like love, because that's something that represents me, not murder, violence, death, and, I'm being happy about it, praising it and glorifying it is like, oh, that's amazing. That is freaking amazing. No, I don't know about that. I don't know how this is amazing and how, you know, I mean, to me, that would just put you in like a hell mind state, like thinking about death all the time and dead people around you all the time and, being tortured, murdered. And it just sounds like hell mentality, like that someone wants to put on you, you know, like wherever it came from. Uh, you know, and we gotta break out of it and be more than just this, right? We want to be more than death, murder, and sacrificing for others that don't deserve it and that want to throw their bullshit on you and like you got to pay for it some kind of way. It doesn't even make sense, really. Like if you really, really think about it, and I mean, it hurts. It hurts like a motherfucker to me. This shit, like I said, I just don't know how this gives anybody hope, how this raises someone's spirit to like joy and love. I don't see no love in a hung person being on my fucking wall or being around me or being talked about as if like, you know, they are helping you in some kind of way because, oh, you're so bad and, let's punish this person because of your badness and God will forgive you for it. What God? God will forgive you for putting your shit on other people. I think that will keep you in the mind state of torture because you keep putting your shit off on other people and like you are not real and don't exist and don't ever do anything and don't make mistakes and stuff like that. But yeah, just the feel of it, just really feel it. And if that's God to you, okay. Just because a book says whatever it says doesn't make it true. I mean, I think we can use our eyes better than a book, right? You got eyes, you got a spirit, you got a soul. We can use our brains and our thinking to connect stuff. Even if we were told certain things in a book of what something really is. I just want you to think about it. How it makes you feel, and if that feels like God to you. Is that really what... I mean, things I even, stories come from somewhere. I feel like a God is immortality. Someone who can, make things happen. Like the whole walking on water. And so to me, someone that, if they put Jesus' name on it, if that was who it really was, and that he did all the things that he could do, be psychic and all this other stuff, and says that other people can do it as well. You don't just trust anybody because you got, intuition as well. So can use discernment as well. Uh, you know, I just, someone at that level being killed, I don't see that. But, they want you to believe that, obviously. Um, but, yeah, just think about it. Like what this means and why someone would want you to worship this and praise this and feel like death and murder and genocide is amazing. And that's your God. All right. That's all I want you to do at this time. So, all right.